Madam President.
Senator from Vermont.
Thank you very much. As the longest-serving independent in the history of the U.S. Congress, I want to address an issue that I think does not get the kind of discussion that it should from either political party, but certainly not from our Republican colleagues. And that is the moral, economic, and political dimensions of the kind of income and wealth inequality which we have in our country today. In my view, this is the most important issue facing the United States because it impacts on virtually every aspect of our lives. It is an issue that we must be discussing thoroughly and one in which the American people have got to be engaged. The fact of the matter is that while we often speak of the United States of America being the wealthiest nation on the face of the earth, that is only partially true, because within the context of total wealth is the reality that the middle class, the great middle class of this country, is disappearing. The reality is that we have more people living in poverty today than at any time in the history of the United States of America. The fact of the matter is that we have by far the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major industrialized nation on earth. So if you add it all together, yes, we are the wealthiest nation on earth, but the reality is that the people on top own a huge amount of that wealth, while the middle class is shrinking and poverty is increasing. And I want to bore you, Madam President, although I think you already know this issue, but I do want to speak to our colleagues and the American people about some of the realities out there in terms of income and wealth distribution. Today, Madam President, the top 1% owns 38% of the financial wealth of America, 38%. And I wonder how many Americans know how much the bottom 60% own. So I want people to think about it. Top 1% own 38% of the wealth. What do the bottom 60% own? And the answer is all of 2.3%. Top 1% owns 38% of the financial wealth. The bottom 60% owns 2.3%. Madam President, there is one family in this country, the Walton family, the owners of Walmart, who are now worth, as a family, $148 billion. That is more wealth than the bottom 40% of American society. One family owns more wealth than the bottom 40% of American society. Today, the richest 400 Americans own more wealth than the bottom half of America, 150 million people. That's distribution of wealth.